It's time once again for Uncle Matt's bedtime story. Hello everybody, it's Uncle Matt and I'm here to read you another bedtime story. And tonight's bedtime story is called Saturday at the Food Pantry by Diane O'Neill, illustrated by Brizida, Magro. And this story was copyright in 2021. Saturday at the Food Pantry. Dinner, Mom called. Chili again? Molly asked. They had it every day this week, last week too. Yup, Mom said, tastes even better. The spices sink in. Mom ladled the last of the chili into their bowls. We have fancy milk too. Molly grinned. She watched Mum pour milk into the sugar and spices in her cup. Mum shook the milk carton, just a tiny splash, and put it in the refrigerator. Tomorrow we'll get some food, Mum said. We're going shopping? Molly's eyes lit up. Chicken and spaghetti and ice cream? Well, sort of. We're going to a food pantry. What's a food pantry? Molly asked. It's a place for people who need food. Mum stood straight, her chin high. Everybody needs help sometimes. At bedtime, Mum usually made warm fancy milk and read a story. Tonight, just a story. Molly tossed and turned, trying to sleep. Her hunger growled. The next morning, they walked to the food pantry. Why do we need to wait? Molly asked. The pantry isn't open yet, Mum said. It's only open certain hours. Molly pulled paper and crayons out of her backpack. She started drawing. Then she looked up. Look, Mum, there's Caitlin. She's in my class. Hey, Caitlin. Caitlin looked away. Molly ran to her. Didn't you hear me? Caitlin looked down. I don't want anybody to know. Gran and I need help, she whispered. Oh, Molly walked back to her mum. Was there something wrong with needing help? Molly wanted to go home, but she was hungry. You okay, Mum asked. Why don't you draw me a picture? I love your drawings. The woman in front of them turned, smiling at Molly. An artist, will you draw one of those for me too? Molly pulled out her crayons again. Maybe drawing a happy picture would cheer her up. Hey, can you draw me a picture too? Me too. Will you draw me one? Molly ran to Caitlin with paper and crayons in her hands. Help, everybody wants pictures. I can't draw that fast. Caitlin looked up. Well, okay. The sign here says, Welcome to the food pantry. Soon a woman opened the door. Molly and Caitlin each handed her a picture. Thank you, what wonderful gifts. Welcome, please sign in, said the man at the desk. Mum didn't have to sign her name when they went to the grocery store, Molly thought. But the man smiled at them. Thanks, grab a cart and stop here when you're done. Lots of good food today. Thanks, Mum said. She smiled, but just a little, not like when they played in the park. The food pantry was like the little store where they sometimes bought bread and milk. Cans and boxes were on plain metal shelves. Molly ran towards a shelf and picked up a box of sugar cookies. No, Mum said. Then she whispered, the people in charge, they want us to take sensible stuff. Mum's face turned pink. Molly's eyes widened. Why did her mum think that? Why were cookies here if you weren't supposed to take them? The woman at the door and the man at the desk had seemed nice. Would they really not want Molly and her mum to have cookies? Molly swallowed tears. She put the cookies back. They would have been good with fancy milk. Help me put food in the cart, Mum sighed. Just like Caitlin, Mum looked like she wanted to be invisible. But none of them were doing anything wrong. Everybody needs help sometimes, Molly whispered to her mum, remember? Mum smiled. You're right. Molly pointed out at a sign on a huge bin of fruit. What if somebody wants 2 cantaloupes? A lot of people need help, Mum said. They have to make sure they have enough food for everybody who comes here. Molly and Mum put oranges and a cantaloupe in their cart. Mum handed Molly cans of corn, tomatoes, and cling peaches, bags of red beans, pinto beans, and brown rice, a loaf of wheat bread, a box of oatmeal, and a bag of sugar, spaghetti noodles, sauce, and grated cheese, raisins and tuna, and peanut butter too. Mum reached for a big box of powdered milk. We'll have fancy milk tonight. They checked out at the desk. The man pointed to the wall. Ooh, Molly ran to Caitlin. Come here, look. Molly's rainbow sparkled. Caitlin's elf grinned. I was in a sad mood, the man said. Your artwork helped. Thank you. He put the groceries into bags. Then he handed Molly's mum a box of sugar cookies. Saw your little girl looking at these. She can have them, if that's okay with you, ma'am. Mum had a funny look, almost like she wanted to cry. She nodded, thank you. Everybody deserves a treat, the man said. Enjoy. Molly and Mum walked home. They each carried a bulging bag. Molly! She looked around and saw Caitlin with her gran. I didn't know you lived so close, Mum said to Caitlin's gran. How nice, we're neighbors, Caitlin's gran said. I keep looking for work. They've closed the factory, Mum said. I've been sick, said Caitlin's gran. We got lots of yummy food, Molly said. Did you? Yay. Yeah, Caitlin shrugged. I just wish we didn't have to come to a food pantry. Molly said, but everybody needs help sometimes, and we helped, we cheered people up. Caitlin grinned. We did, didn't we? I have an idea. Let's have lunch together, Molly said. Yes, Caitlin agreed. And we have dessert, Molly said. The man at the pantry gave me sugar cookies. There's enough for all of us. Let's eat. And they did. The end. And just a little note here at the back. Molly and her mother are right. Everybody needs help sometimes. Well, everybody does need help sometimes, and I hope that you feel if you do need help, you are able to get some help and not be ashamed. Everybody does need help sometimes. That's all the time we have for Uncle Matt's bedtime story. I hope you enjoyed that story, and I'll see you next time. And then, strangely enough, I'm having chili tonight for dinner. It's right here in my pot. Bye for now.